Hey guys, welcome to the Go Mango Anime Cast. Tonight we'll be bringing you our review of Darling in the FranXX episode 11. I'm your host Makotoa, and with me today we have...
the Cinder Blaze.
Alright, so, it's been pretty obvious to both of us, but, we really loved this episode. Alex, why did you love this episode? Let's start there.
I love this for a reason probably shouldn't have. The way that Futoshi, the fat dude, in the beginning of the episode, was like telling Kokoro, it's like, will you be my partner forever? And she's like, yeah, sure I will. And he's like super happy because, he's kind of filled his whole,
Yeah.
got together with like the love of his life and everything's like set for him for life.
He doesn't even understand what it means yet, but he feels the fulfillment,
Yeah, he has like the most genuine love, and like I applaud this dude in previous episodes for going for it. I'm like, yeah, good on you, dude. And the way she shot him down, oh my god, that made me so happy. I don't know why. Like I was like all for it earlier, but the second she did that, I was like, yeah. And the way he reacted, he's just like, how could you do this to me?
Yeah,
it's like, yes.
This is incredible.
Eat away at his soul.
That is slightly terrible. But I loved the emotion he evoked in this episode. So in a way, I'm also kind of happy that it happened because you got to see how deeply he was hurt, how much he loved, and it makes his character more endearing to me in those ways, and it's like, oh, you poor thing, but I mean, I'm very happy that we've got this, is it Mitsuru?
Yeah.
Mitsuru focused episode type thing going on, because I resonate with the guy a little bit with him just being that, what is it, it's like, I don't want to do this kind of group thing, I'm gonna be snobby and to myself. And like, I love how she calls him out on it. It's like, you look like the cool kid, but it doesn't suit you. And what was it like when he lashes out at her, or like barks at her or something? She's like, this suits you much more than trying to pretend you're the cool kid. She just burned him so good. There's a lot of just like savagery this episode. But I love the development with Mitsuru. Yeah, go figure. He's got a thing for Hiro. I mean, it's implied. I don't know if it's necessarily true. It could just be one of those like Naruto Sasuke things where,
hey, even that one, it's a bit something extra there. But like when he said that he wanted to write a FranXX with Hiro, that was a little signal for me, just like,
Oh, okay. Like, I don't think at their age they understood with that. I mean, even now, I don't think they understand.
I mean,
what
like,
it all really...
Yeah, like, they obviously don't understand, but like, since we kind of know what like the FranXX is kind of symbolizing and implying, it's kind of a cute little jab right there. And for a lot of anime like these, where like we have like the super charismatic like leader, there's always like the lackeys that kind of like look up to him, but they're not like blindly loyal followers, kind of like what Goro was. Like, I mean, Goro did really have like some things that he had against Hiro, and he had his own focus episode where he did some stupid things with it. But for Mitsuru, like, I could feel his pain a little bit more because it was a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, very much so. Where it's like, this guy betrayed you. You could have died. What was it, 15% chance of survival rate? And he did this just so that he could keep up with you.
Yeah.
And it's obviously not Hiro's fault, because there's obviously something else going on here, why he couldn't remember that. And I'm sure we'll dive into that in another episode. But like, the way he was hurt by it hurt me, because I've had friends hurt me in a way that's that painful sometimes. Like, that's just stuff that I've gone through, and so I was like, oh my gosh, I know how you feel, buddy.
Yeah,
I know how it feels. Dang.
Yeah, like he wanted like Hiro to acknowledge him as like, you know, someone of like a similar stature to him, because like, you know, when Hiro was introduced, he was like this kind of like shining hero that's thrust into the play group.
Yeah.
And you know, like when a kid kind of looks up to someone, like that's like a real genuine feeling, and like when he like asks them like, hey, what about like our problems and stuff, and he kind of forgets. You're just like,
oh,
you know what, screw him, screw everyone.
yeah, don't trust anyone ever again.
Like that's how like that's how fast it goes.
Yeah. And like, before we continue with Mitsuru, because we can, there's still more to talk about. Let's talk about something I'm very curious about what your opinion is on it. What did you think of the whole Ichigo and the other girl trying to pilot a FranXX thing that happened? Because that revealed a little bit of our Glasses, well, I can't remember her name, characters.
Yeah, like she might be on the homo side a little bit, especially for Ichigo, but I feel like, actually no, not any of the girls feel that way. It's just her, but
just her.
Like I really like the chick with the glasses. I can't remember her name because she honestly doesn't have that much screen time.
Yeah, she.
But like I felt like her character interactions with Mitsuru, like they felt like always kind of fresh, because they're always like bickering at each other in like their own kind of like almost spiteful way. Like I really like that kind of like spice they had to it.
I absolutely love that moment, especially this episode. Yeah. Because, you know, she's calling his bluff, and he like he's trying to deny it, but like it's like shove off, and she's just like,
yeah, you
can keep pretending to be this, you know. It's good. It's a good spice.
Like I'm all for the Mitsuru and like Kokoro ship, just because of like all the moments they've had and like that garden scene and whatever. So like I'm okay with it, but I also still like this one just because I don't know, like I feel like the chicken glasses kind of understands him in a different type of way. So
yeah.
Who knows where they're gonna go with that?
I was surprised to see how Kokoro was acting this episode. I love that she has this other, you know, this more depth to her than just, you know, everyone thinks I'm a really nice girl, but look what I did. Except breaking.
Right in front of his face. That was, oh gosh, they NTR'd him so bad. It was hilarious.
Oh man.
And I love how like after that kind of happened for the first time, when like the commander, not the commander, but like the red chick in charge was all like, okay, who wants to have a partner swap? And when Kokoro kind of like raised her hand, like, you know, Futoshi has that whole breakdown.
Yeah.
Like after that whole like test trial, they all go in the room and he's just like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah. Why didn't you dodge? That was great.
Yeah, and then like freaking Zorome's all like, well, maybe people would hate you unless we lost weight.
Oh my gosh. Just everything about this episode. Like, we even got some like some more almost more of this kind of character devolving of 02, where she's just more and more losing her composure, you know?
Yeah.
Hiro's asking her, like, you know, we said that I was going to try and get to know you better, and she's like, what a drag. And then she's like going all into the monster and stuff, and he has to reel her back in. Like, don't try to stop me, darling.
Oh, yeah, and that actually happens to Kokoro as well. Like the way you were describing, I was like, wait, which one are we talking about? I'm like, oh yeah, 02 also went berserk this episode.
Dude, what was that? What was that? They hinted at it. They're like, you know, she's about to like try and pilot it herself, and it starts to go into this monster mode. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I thought only 02 could do stuff like that, but
Is that like a like, cause she was, it looked, oh, that was scary. Yeah, like what is that? I'm curious. Maybe it is like a it's like a transformed version that only the Stamen can do. Is that what they are called, or are they?
They're the pistols.
They're
Same
the
in other guys.
Pistols. Okay, some kind of mode that only they can pull off if they're strong enough. But I don't know. It seemed just like this Klaxosaur devolving type thing. It reminded me a whole lot of Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I'm sure a lot of people who have watched that probably got that same vibe.
Yeah, it's the Stampede mode.
Mm-hmm.
That seems pretty interesting, but I feel like it's gonna cost the life of someone if they get like berserk enough. But I don't think I know who will actually get emotional enough at this point.
It's been so good to see these characters like rounded out, like they have been.
Like they wanted to add a second dimension to like everyone, and they did it for 2 couples this episode. You know, the Futoshi and Mitsuru couples, just because I don't know, like they were kind of like always in the background, kind of just like filling up space.
Yeah.
And now kind of like, especially with like what happened, I really like what they did with Kokoro, because she's just like that generic nice girl character who could easily just die, and there would be like no real ramifications except, oh, we lost a genuinely nice person, and I was just like, oh, well, the fat dude like confessed his love for her, and I don't think they really kind of picked up on that all too much. You know, like I don't think they really cared. So that was
the Kokoro?
No, just like the kids in general, because like even though he said like he loved her and stuff, it didn't feel like it was
He didn't say he loved her outright like that. He said, "I want you to be my partner forever."
I think he was like screaming at some like in the middle of like when she went to go pilot with the other dude.
Dude, he was all. By the way, he was a beast in the mech suit this week.
Futoshi?
Yeah, Futoshi.
I mean, like
he was ridiculous.
I was thinking that, however, he saved the mech from taking a blow, which we all know it could tank. He took that blow for Kokoro, and his mech was barely even hurt. So I'm pretty sure even in that position, like, that one wouldn't have gotten hurt either.
I know that I'm thinking it's because, you know, he was putting his own force to equalize that. But at the same time, it's like, you think about Zero Two and her mech. I get the feeling that Zero Two and her mech have special properties that get, you know, the added benefits, but I do try and pretend like that whole episode where their mech was being pounded a million times and without any actual damage happened. I pretend that wasn't. I try to pretend that didn't happen because it really does mess up what like the power scaling seems to be.
Yeah, I feel like the mechs are probably like immune to damage, while like the pilots can get shaken up in the middle if they took too much like blunt damage, which kind of happened with Hero and Zero Two when they were getting smashed a million times and not dying. But for this one, like, I don't know, like they didn't feel like they were in danger at all. And I don't know. I really didn't want them to die.
No, like this didn't feel like they were in danger. It felt like they just needed to work it out and then come, you know, together at the end and finish it. And like that was the satisfying result I was hoping for, and it worked out. And I'm glad that, you know, we got a second dimension to our snooty guy, you know.
Yeah,
this episode. I'm very happy with that.
We'll get more of like their more like stronger forms because they are moving to like harder locations. Because like the way they were kind of like talking about in the beginning of the episode is like, oh, we killed 25 of those.
Yeah.
Shoot, what are they called? Conrad. Klaxosaurs. And I was like, okay. And then lo and behold, the giant Klaxosaur just an amalgamation of all the smaller ones. I'm just like, oh my god, I've seen this before. And what is this guy's special ability? Oh, he just regenerates and just doesn't do anything. They gotta fix up the Klaxosaurs, but I feel like once we get a 0-2 focus episode, which I'm hoping we do, because I feel like she's easily one of the
inevitable.
most like interesting characters.
It's inevitable, yeah.
I really hope she shares that episode with like Hiro, because Hiro is, he went from like the most interesting character to the least interesting character
Yeah.
over the course of these like few episodes.
Yeah.
Like ever since he's piloted the thing, just dropped down. Oh well, I'm glad I can put Mitsuru higher up though, because I really enjoyed what he did this episode.
Oh man, a lot of the characters were just. It was all fun. It was all good.
Yeah.
There wasn't much I can really complain about this episode. It was just good stuff. I mean, we're probably. I don't know if we're gonna get an episode focused on Twin Tails though, because we kind of got one for her partner. What I can't remember his name, but
I kind of don't mind. Mostly because I feel like if she does, then someone's gonna die.
Ooh. Because like the last time we got any focus on her was when she stumbled upon a dead cadet's room.
Yeah.
So,
And honestly, like the second you start getting character development in an episode, it just increases your odds of being killed just exponentially. It goes from like 0% to like 90. Well, not in this anime because like there's no real threat whatsoever.
I mean, there were times when I felt threat or felt like there could be a threat going on, because like I wasn't sure.
There's only threat on the romantic side because Futoshi learned the harsh way that life is cruel.
Like, we are developing these characters, and once they're prime for our enjoyment, they're probably not gonna last long. I don't know, but we're running late. Whoops, we rambled a little too long on this one. Any final thoughts, Alex?
No. Nope.
Okay, all right. Me neither. I'm good. Let us know what you guys thought about this episode. We really loved it. These episodes have just been getting better and better, in my opinion. Yeah, give us a comment if you want to tell us what you think. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more from us each week. For FranXX and other anime too, Tokusatsu as well. Discord chat link in the description along with our social medias. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.